So welcome to episode 6 of Recruiter Fuel, where we're going to continue this dialogue about conversation with candidates. If you remember in last week's session, we talked about this idea of identifying a common problem when you're reaching out and establishing a relationship with a candidate. And then we talked about positioning yourself as the solution to that problem and ending that initial opening with a question, which seems a little backward, but ultimately gets you to the point of continuing in that dialogue. So for the next 2 sections, we're going to talk about the baker's dozen of questions to really understand what's driving or potentially driving the candidate that you're talking to. Important for every recruiter to be able to do this. Start with question number 1. Where are you at today? It seems like a really simple question, but ultimately drops the guard of the candidate that you're talking to. Simple. Where are you at today? What's going on? Followed up by question number 2 around what's working for you today. Now, why do we start with what's working? Most of us are trained to start with what's not working because we want to identify the positive things that that candidate is experiencing because ultimately we want to address those things. So number 2 is what is working. Once we identify that, now we can start going down the opposite side. The guard is down. The candidate's going to be more open to having conversation with you. And you can begin by saying, what's not working? And by then, the candidate should be very open about, here's the issues I'm experiencing. But you can't stop there. Once you've identified what's not working, you've got to understand the motivation behind the why is it not working, and asking the question, why do you feel it's not working? Seems, again, very simple, but gets into the mind of the candidate to understand the drivers or the motivators of that particular candidate and why there's something that's off in their particular role. Once you understand what they think is not working, why they think it's not working, ask a very specific question. What's missing? So it's not working because this particular thing is missing. Now think about what you're trying to do. Trying to lead them down a path that there may be another opportunity that fulfills the need of what's missing. And ultimately, once you identify what is missing, the question becomes, what are they going to do to fix it? What's next? What's the solution to the problem in the mindset of the candidate that you're actually having the conversation with? So we go all the way from where are you at today? Question number 2, what do you feel is working? Question number 3, what do you feel is not working? Question number 4, why do you feel it's not working? Question number 5, what's missing? And ultimately, question number 6, what's next for you? This is just the first group of our baker's dozen. We'll continue to have this dialogue in drilling in deeper so you can understand your candidate and lead your candidate along in that conversation. See you next week.